Has a big match been scrapped for WrestleMania next weekend? WWE is reportedly unhappy with NXT crowd reactions, and a major Cody Rhodes match has been announced for Raw. Stay tuned for the news. It is 1 week until WrestleMania. It's a very, very exciting time. There's been more matches confirmed. There has been... It's just busy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's. I mean, you know, we're heading toward Mania. It's been on the cards that this was going to be a very hectic time from every prior Mania week, which is always a hectic time. So
and the news just hasn't stopped. As you saw last night, me and Sam were in last night giving you all the news, but we're back this morning because a big WrestleMania match has maybe been scrapped. So bear with us here because it was confirmed on last night's SmackDown that Bobby Lashley will compete in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal on the SmackDown prior to WrestleMania. Now, in the past few years, this has kind of been the thing that they do. They don't have this match at WrestleMania, despite it being the match that is the whole, we can't fit you on WrestleMania. Here's this match.
I really liked it in the pre-show, but I understand why. You know, it's a very exciting thing to have on a standard weekly TV show. Like if I was a kid and I tuned in and there was a Battle Royal, I loved it, absolutely loved it. So I get why they maybe put it on the go-home show. But at the same time, it does just feel odd, doesn't it?
It feels a little odd. They did this, I think, the first time they did this was 2021, where they had it on the SmackDown prior, and it was billed as like a third night of WrestleMania unofficially.
It was like, kind of like the lead-in night, right?
The lead-in night. Which makes sense. You want to hype up viewers for your weekly show. But obviously, Bobby Lashley being confirmed for this makes you think, well, what's going on with his match, or his reported planned match at WrestleMania with Bray Wyatt?
Is it even reported? Like, Bray turned up and was like, I will face the winner of you two people. And then it was like, I will face you, Lashley. And now Lashley's facing... like 29 other people.
29 other people. Well, it was originally set to face Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania, but it appears that this might no longer be the case, obviously, with him being put in this match. As per previous reports, Wyatt is looking a little bit uncertain for WrestleMania. I'm just confused as to if Wyatt is cleared or whatever, and the issues that have been keeping him out of action, how they will manage to get this match on the card if it does go that way. It feels too short.
I think that the benefit of having this on the Friday night leading into it is, yes, it feels very much like a festival of wrestling now. You've got the 3-night header, you know, it's all kind of pointing toward that big second night. But with this happening on the Friday, it wouldn't surprise me if there's something, you know, because I've got a feeling that if Lashley's going to enter this, Lashley will win it. I just see him lifting that trophy. So if Lashley was to win it, say we could maybe have this feed somehow into the Bray match on night 2 or something.
He definitely, I mean, that could
have something happen on night 1.
Set up night 1. It looks like, I think he could win this match, as you said there. He seems like the biggest name in there. They probably want to give him a big win. Having him win it makes the Battle Royal seem that much more important, because he's a former WWE champion. He's had matches at WrestleMania before.
The other thing as well is that the setup was kind of odd, wasn't it? It was it literally kind of Bray just being, I will, as I said,
I'm gonna face you, man.
So like it basically, it feels in a way that if you didn't want to do that, then maybe it is better to just kind of just gently separate it, and rather than just kind of force it, you could maybe have them do 2 separate things entirely, or as I said, this could be a setup, or you know, any number of things can happen. It's WrestleMania.
It is WrestleMania, and the WWE, you just never know what to expect. But Lashley mentioned on Twitter this week that he will have a match at WrestleMania itself, but his opponent's up in the air as of right now. So we'll see. Keep an eye on that one. Hopefully we'll get some more confirmation at the start of next week, end of next week as well, going into WrestleMania itself. But we do have confirmation on what match is going to be opening WrestleMania. Oh my God, Sam, what is it? What is opening WrestleMania?
So, if you think back to, was it WrestleMania 35? We had the long meandering kickoff show, then we went straight into the opening, fireworks, pyro, and what, Brock Lesnar's out first? We've got a very similar situation, because opening WrestleMania 39 on night 1 is going to be Austin Theory versus John Cena.
Right, that's a major match to be kicking the show off with. It sets the tone for the evening. Having that on night 1, it's going to set things up really nicely, having John Cena out there first. Also, in a sense of, like, WrestleMania is one of the biggest shows, along with Royal Rumble, that you get your casual audience in. They will know John Cena because he's such a big deal now. And then having him in the ring with Austin Theory, that then may maybe make some casual fans of the product go, oh, I like this guy.
It's a big, exciting start, isn't it, as well? It's the unexpected thing. It's like when I saw Real Big Fish last and they opened with Sell Out, the crowd was like, well, okay, we're starting with the big one, let's go. It keeps you on your toes. I think it's quite nice as an idea, but at the same time, it's John gets to be home for tea.
He gets to be done. That's him off. But yeah, very exciting way to kick off WrestleMania. I'm sure we will get some more information on what the actual match order will be throughout the week. But I'm very excited to start WrestleMania Night 1. But we've had more matches for WrestleMania confirmed. The Women's Showcase Tag Team match, which was announced last week on SmackDown, it's been revealed that Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, as well as Natalya and Shotzi, have been both added to the bout. The latter earned their place in the match by defeating Xia Li and Lacey Evans, which is a very, very strange tag team. Seem very thrown together. While the former emerged on the stage and simply announced they had been added to the match. It's going to be a showcase of women's tag team division at WrestleMania. Hope they add a little bit of stakes and put the number one contendership on the line.
Yes, that would be quite nice.
We'll see. It seems like Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler could be the favourites to win that match. But staying with WWE just a second, because WWE is supposedly or reportedly unhappy with NXT crowd reactions. Now, crowds for NXT's tapings have reportedly been down, affecting the atmosphere of the shows. And a report from the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Dave Meltzer, reveals that WWE sent notice to all NXT talent and crew, strongly encouraging them to inform family and friends in Central Florida area of the NXT tapings to try and encourage more people that have an interest in the shows to come out. The purpose of the notice was to inject some fresh, engaged faces in the crowd for a recent TV taping ahead of NXT Stand and Deliver. Now, I said on the podcast this week, spoiler warning, not here, but just in general, the results of next week's NXT is out on the internet.
Yeah, so be careful.
Be careful.
Be very careful.
I've had some of the results spoiled for me. This is because they're going on Stand and Deliver next week, so they all want to be in LA rather than in Florida. But just interesting that WWE is seen a crowd reaction with NXT sort of diminishing.
I feel that a lot of people are maybe going to jump on this as well and be like, lol, they're having to like tell them bring your family. That's just kind of a given thing in the world of indie wrestling. You know, whenever we ran shows at the old place, it was kind of like, tell your friends, bring your friends, get as many people in as you can. We need happy faces, people that we can put right here.
Customers.
Well, you know, when my mates would turn up, it was like we've got a gap here. You guys just stand there. That'd be great. Just fill that gap.
It makes it look busier, you know?
Yeah, and if you could just cheer this guy for me, that would be grand.
That would be fantastic.
Just a shot of that.
I mean, that's the thing. We've heard reports that there's some plants in the crowd of NXT to start booing Braun Breaker.
That was it. So it was kind of like the crowd was too hot. Now the crowd's not hot enough. But then again, you want that engaging set of fresh faces heading into it. But it is a little bit concerning that they're maybe not having the desired response that they want.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just people maybe are a bit not sick of NXT, but they're just not as engaged as they used to be. Yeah. And having the same crowd every week, it probably doesn't help because you're not getting any fresh reactions. You're not getting any fresh.
The crowd becomes numb to it, right?
They're numb to it, so they know that Braun Breaker is going to come out and he's going to do this promo and he's going to do this match.
Yeah,
having different people in the audience each week is going to come in and go, oh, I really wanted to see Braun Breaker, but in person.
This is it, because you see everything on the TV, but it's an entirely different kettle of fish being there live, being part of the atmosphere, and especially some of the earlier Full Sail NXT tapings. They're just iconic with the level of crowd interaction going on.
Which I think that's where NXT benefited when it did do more house show loops, larger loops, where there would be some NXT shows taped away from Full Sail and the Performance Center. So maybe we'll get back to that at some point in the future. But yeah, maybe we'll get some new life injected into the NXT crowd. If you're in Florida, go and get yourself some tickets.
Get yourself down there.
Yeah. So
what are you doing? Just go study at Full Sail and then sneak in, and then you can give us all the scoops.
Give us the scoops. And we're going to end on a major match announcements, not for WrestleMania, but for Raw this week. Ahead of his big championship match at WrestleMania, Cody Rhodes had a face-to-face with Solo Sikoa on last night's SmackDown, where he once again said to Solo that he wasn't ready.
Yes. It's Solo's getting messed up, isn't he?
Solo is someone...
Imagine if he just drops Cody with the spike.
Well,
just before Mania.
I'm going to move the mic ever so slightly. This really riled up me and Jack this week, because on Raw this week, he came face-to-face with Cody Rhodes once again, and he went to Samoan Spike him. But before he had plenty of time, but he instead went... and then went for the spike, and then he was blocked by Cody from hitting the spike, and then he once again he was confused. He was like, oh, what am I doing? And then he once again went and then went to attack.
It's shock and awe, Fraser. It's US military tactics.
I was like,
you got to get in there, huge, big, like, oh God, what's this?
Make yourself like a peacock.
And then while all the big flashy craziness is happening, you execute the plan. Except it's like he was doing all the flashy craziness himself.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, I've got to do this.
I've now got to do the move. It just... You wasted time, Solo. So don't do that on Monday when you face Cody Rhodes. But Cody was once again said you're not ready, and was sort of, he kind of alluded to the fact that he knows where Solo is right now. You know, he knows he's been Solo Sikoa in that spot where he's been surrounded by the champion, obviously alluding to his time in Legacy. Mm-hmm. You always forget that Ted DiBiase and Manu was in that stable too, don't you? And said Snuka.
Yes.
God.
Sim Snooker,
not Sid. Sim.
Sid Snooker.
Sid, I just think
he
it's Sid
sounds
the
like
Sloth.
he presents Bargain Hunt. Welcome to Bargain Hunt with Sid Snooker.
With Sid Snooker. But that's all the news we've got for you just now. We'll be back later on today. We'll check out all the stuff that comes to the channel. We got the podcast up last night. It was myself, Jack, and Tom. It was a good little trio. And check out the big beefy news that we did last night as well.
Latest updates on all the current CM Punk situation, everything going on in and around that, backstage reactions, all of that stuff. So if you've not seen it yet, check it out.
But we'll see you later.